In a city rich with museums, Falie Salie has discovered one of Washington's hidden gems, the one-time office of Civil War nurse Clara Barton, the woman they called the angel of the battlefield.
If you don't know to look for it, you might pass it by. This ordinary address between the fast casual Korean and red sauce Italian restaurants in downtown Washington, D.C. But a sign out front hints at the remarkable story this building has to tell.
When people hear that there's something called the Clara Barton Missing Soldiers Museum, what's their reaction?
Usually, what? It's almost like you're stepping back in time as you step up.
David Price oversees a museum that honors the lesser-known contributions of one of this country's greatest humanitarians.
And one woman, Clara Barton, would carve for herself a unique place in the annals of service to mankind.
Before gaining fame as founder of the American Red Cross, Barton made her name as a Civil War nurse who brought badly needed aid to a Union front line low on provisions and morale.
They are without supplies. They're using corn husks to wrap wounds. And here is Clara Barton showing up with 3 wagon loads of supplies. You name it, she had it.
She had some close calls on the battlefield.
She's giving a man a drink of water, and a shot is fired and goes through the sleeve of her dress and it instantly kills him.
There was no more to be done for him, and I left him to his rest. I have never mended that hole in my sleeve.
In 1865, with the war nearing its end, Barton saw another unfulfilled need and characteristically stepped up to help.
The government, woefully unprepared for the repercussions of war. No dog tags, no official procedure for informing the survivors that your loved one has died, and she cares about those left behind.
Barton successfully petitioned President Lincoln for permission to start a missing soldiers office, and her mail slot was soon flooded with inquiries from wives and mothers desperate to learn the fates of their enlisted loved ones. She and a small staff meticulously compiled the names of the missing onto large rolls, which were then reprinted in local newspapers.
This is a clipping from the New York Tribune.
All those names. Just hundreds and hundreds of names.
Mm-hmm. This is a way of not only acknowledging that someone was looking for them, but also in an endeavor to try to find any information.
You're still getting things.
Oh, absolutely.
Michelle Crowell works in the Library of Congress's Manuscript Division, which houses Barton's papers, including some of the anguished letters she received.
This was the mother of a soldier. The first that we knew of him was to find his name among the dead at Salisbury. I still cherish a hope that this news may not prove true. Will you aid me in ascertaining the truth of this report, the natural longings of a mother's heart to know something of her dear boy who died in the hands of such an enemy prompts me to write to a stranger.
God, it's heartbreaking. And to think she received thousands of letters like that.
Often, Barton found that the soldiers she was searching for had died. But for their next of kin, that knowledge provided much-needed closure.
Add that to the fact that the only way the survivors could get a pension is if there is an official disposition of them being killed.
3 years after opening the office, Barton submitted a final report to Congress. By her count, she had received over 63,000 pieces of correspondence and determined the fate of some 22,000 missing men. Finally, dependents could claim benefits and families could grieve. The building itself might have been lost too. After Barton's death at 90 in 1912, it became a shoe store. In the 1990s, it was purchased by the government and slated for demolition when a carpenter named Richard Lyons conducted a routine inspection of the dilapidated 3rd floor. He noticed a hole in the ceiling and pulled himself up, as he recounted in an interview before his death in 2023.
I was on my hands and knees. I took my flashlight shine around. I put my hand on a piece of metal. And I went to move it out of my way. And when I moved it, I turned it over, and it was Mrs. Soldier's office.
Lions had stumbled upon a time capsule of Barton's work. The building was spared and, after a lengthy renovation, opened to the public as a museum in 2015, 10 years ago this month.
What do you think Clara Barton's legacy is?
It all adds up to take action and care for your fellow man. Her efforts, physically and mentally, wore her out. She gave it her all. So let's all give a little bit.